Hello everyone. Welcome to second 10 minutes dermatology session by Dr. Parul. We'll be covering cells of epidermis. Cells of epidermis can be broadly categorized into keratinocytes and non-keratinocytes. Right? Starting with keratinocytes, these cells form 90% of total cells of epidermis. These are derived from ectoderm. All the points I'll be covering are important as far as NEET PG, FMG, or any other MCQ questions are concerned. So, these cells are present in all layers of epidermis, right? This has been previously discussed in our last video. They are composed of keratin intermediate filaments, which is also known as tonofilaments. At times, we are asked about these keratin filaments. Out of all, keratin 5 and 14, these are important. And these are present in stratum basale. Right? Okay. So now, starting with non keratinocytes. Here we have got three cells. One is melanocytes, second is Merkel cell, and third is Langerhans cell. Melanocytes, Merkel cells, and we have Langerhans cells. Right? Starting with melanocytes. These cells are derived from neural crest. Very, very important MCQ question. And these are present in stratum basale. So, if this is our basal layer, made up of columnar cells, like we discussed previously. Here we have these cells with dendritic projections, and we have cells over here, here, right? So we have keratinocytes over here, and we have this cell which is a melanocyte having dendritic projections, so also known as dendritic cells, right? And this one melanocyte will give its melanosome to 36 keratinocytes. This we have discussed previously as well. This is known as one epidermal melanin unit, right? We have epidermal melanin unit, that is one melanocyte gives melanosomes to 36 keratinocytes. I'm sorry. So So now, where all do we see melanocytes? What are the sites of melanocytes? Melanocytes are present in epidermis, like we have discussed just now. These are also present in hair follicle. That's how our hair are pigmented. Melanocytes are also present in retina, or I should say eye. It is present in ear, brain, and adipose tissues. Right? So melanocytes are not just restricted to epidermis. It is present in many other body organs as well. Right? Okay. Now, starting with another important cell, that is Langerhans cell. It is another dendritic cells. Sorry, dendritic cell. So now, discussing the structure. So this is a dendritic cells. This is a dendritic cell. Here we have few bodies, cell organelles, and this convoluted coffee bean nuclei. Right? And we have these granules known as Burbeck granules. As it is clear from this picture, it has got a tennis racket shape. Right? It has got a tennis racket shape. All these questions are important as far as Langerhans cells are concerned, right? Okay. So now, what are the markers which are associated with Langerhans cell? Here we have S100, CD1A, and we have Langren. Langren is the most specific marker, also known as CD207. Very important question. Okay. So now we have missed one thing. What is the location of Langerhans cell? It is present in stratum spinosum, right? And it has got no desmosomes. Okay. Now, starting with the third non-keratinocytes, we have Merkel cells. Okay. So now, what are Merkel cells? These are slow adapting touch receptors. These are very low threshold receptors, and these are present at the sites of high tactile sensitivity. They arise from ectoderm. And the most favored site is stratum basale for these cells, right? And the marker which is associated with these cells is cytokeratin 20. It is the most specific marker for these cells. Okay. So now, starting with the structure, Here we have the cell body, and this is tactile disc for Merkel cell, right? I think we have covered all the markers, sites of origin. Many times question come from this, like origin of various cells. We have already covered, right? What are the markers for particular cells? Third question is location of these cells. And another question that can be asked is function of these cells. We have broadly covered all the topics, right? Okay, one thing is left. As far as melanocytes are concerned, the markers which are associated with melanocytes are S100, HMB45, and we have Melan A. Okay, so these are the questions that are commonly asked from this topic. Okay, thank you so much.